Not long ago, the way we used technology was incredibly predictable. You picked up your phone, tapped an app, and did exactly what that app was designed for. Need to message someone? Open WhatsApp. Want to watch something? Open YouTube. Order food. Open another app. Everything lived inside these neatly packaged boxes, but that entire model, the app-based world we've gotten used to for over a decade, is starting to break down. And if current trends continue, your future devices might not have apps at all. At first, that sounds extreme. Apps feel permanent, almost like a fundamental part of digital life. But when you look at how technology is evolving, especially with AI at the center, you start to realize that apps were never the end goal. They were just a temporary solution. To understand this shift, you have to go back to why apps existed in the first place. Early smartphones needed a structured way to organize functionality. Apps were essentially containers. Each one held a specific service, with its own interface, its own logic, and its own data. It made sense at the time, because devices weren't smart enough to connect everything seamlessly. So the burden was on you, the user, to know where everything lived and how to access it. But now, that burden is starting to disappear. AI is changing the way we interact with devices. Instead of navigating through multiple apps, you can simply express what you want. You don't need to think about which app handles the task. The system figures that out for you. Imagine telling your device, "Book me a table at a quiet restaurant nearby," and message John to join. In the app-based world, that would require multiple steps across different apps. In an AI-driven system, it becomes a single request. And that's the key difference. Apps are built around functions. AI is built around intent. When intent becomes the primary interface, apps start to lose their purpose. This is exactly why major tech companies are moving in this direction. Apple is investing heavily in on-device intelligence, aiming to make interactions more seamless and private. Google is embedding AI deeper into Android and search, turning them into systems that understand context rather than just commands. Microsoft is pushing AI co-pilots into everything, from work tools to operating systems. None of these moves are about improving apps. They're about replacing the need for them. Because once a system can understand what you want and execute it across services, the concept of opening a specific app starts to feel inefficient. And there's another reason apps might disappear: fragmentation. Right now, your digital life is scattered. Different apps hold different pieces of information. Your messages are in one place, your files in another, your bookings somewhere else. This fragmentation creates friction. You constantly switch contexts, repeat actions, and manage multiple interfaces. AI changes that by acting as a central layer that connects everything. Instead of jumping between apps, you interact with a single system that has access to all your data and services. It becomes the interface for your entire digital life. This is sometimes referred to as the post-app era, and it's already starting to take shape. You can see early signs of it in things like voice assistant, but those were just the first step. They were limited, often frustrating, and not deeply integrated. The new wave of AI is different. It's more capable, more contextual, and far more embedded into the system itself. And this is where things get even more interesting. If apps disappear, the design of devices changes too. Right now, screens are optimized for tapping icons and navigating interfaces. But if interaction becomes conversational or predictive, screens might become less central. Devices could rely more on voice, gestures, or even ambient computing, where the technology fades into the background. This is why companies are experimenting with new form factors. Smart glasses, wearable AI devices, and voice-first hardware are all attempts to move beyond the app-centric model. Because if you don't need to open apps, you don't need a traditional interface in the same way. But there are challenges to the shift. One of the biggest is control. Apps give users a sense of control. You choose what to open, what to use, and when. In an AI-driven system, more decisions are made for you. The system decides how to fulfill your request, which services to use, and how to prioritize results. That can be convenient, but it also raises concerns. What if the system makes the wrong choice? What if it prioritizes certain services over others? What if it misunderstands your intent? These are not small issues. They go to the heart of trust in technology. There's also the question of businesses. The entire app economy is massive. Millions of developers, companies, and services rely on apps as their primary distribution model. If apps disappear, that ecosystem has to evolve. Instead of building standalone apps, companies might focus on creating services that plug into AI systems. The competition shifts from being the best app to being the best service behind the scenes. And that changes how companies compete, how they monetize, and how they reach users. For big tech, this is both an opportunity and a power play. If you control the AI layer, the system that interprets user intent and connects services, you effectively control the entire experience. You become the gateway through which all digital interactions pass. That's why companies are racing to build their own AI ecosystems. It's not just about having the smartest assistant. It's about owning the interface of the future. Because in a world without apps, the interface is everything. But here's the reality. Apps won't disappear overnight. Just like websites didn't vanish when apps became popular, there will be a transition period. Apps will still exist, but they'll become less visible. More of their functionality will be accessed through AI systems rather than direct interaction. Over time, the idea of opening an app might start to feel outdated, the same way typing in full website URLs feels outdated today. And eventually, for many tasks, it might disappear entirely. So, when you look at your phone today filled with apps, icons, and notifications, you're actually looking at a model that's already starting to age. The future isn't about more apps. It's about fewer interfaces, more intelligence, and systems that understand what you want without you having to spell it out step by step. And if that future fully arrives, the way we interact with technology won't just improve, it will feel completely different.